Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Film Room Podcast, and I am your host, Bill James. Welcome. Listen, we're gonna make tonight brief because I still haven't done the season opener. I'm still editing. I'm still getting some stuff to go through, trying to make this really nice for y'all. But I know I gotta pick up my time, and both episodes will be out tomorrow, the day after this Clippers game. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Film Room Podcast. This is season 2, episode 3. We played the Clippers tonight, and the amount of effort that came with this loss was really telling. And the things that I seen my guys do tonight, listen, I'm not upset at all. Last season, it's one thing, I know the Clippers rivalry, the Battle of LA is really huge. And of course, the Clippers have been beating up on us for the past, I don't know how many years. It seems like they got our number. I think a lot of you don't realize or don't consider the fact that Ty Lue has LeBron's number only because he coached LeBron. And he knows LeBron's tendencies, and he knows LeBron very well. They have a really close relationship. And so the amount of attention to detail on LeBron is really heavy in that Clippers locker room. And I think is one of the biggest caveats that really have made the Clippers excel past LeBron. Now, we've seen many teams be better suited and better battle tested than any team LeBron James has ever been on. And we've seen LeBron James excel even playing better teams and beat better teams. 95% of the time he's played them. Every time they played Toronto in the East when he was with Cleveland, those teams were better. A lot of teams, even in the championship run we had, a lot of those teams were better. It's just we got LeBron James, who is the best. And so that's the real reason why we were able to get over the hump in a lot of these games. But Ty Lue has LeBron's number. And I think it's evident, not only is the team better, but Ty Lue knows LeBron. He knows when to double him. He knows when to stack the deck on him. Everything. And I don't think it's talked about enough. Not only are the Clippers team better, yeah, that's evident. That's obvious. But he knows how to shut LeBron James down when LeBron James is going to do LeBron James things. And Ty Lue knows that the others are not built like that. So I don't think any blame goes to any particular player or coaching, although I do grade all the above, maybe a C. There was no really particular person that stood out that I would like to give my flowers to this game. But there are some that were really, really close. Some that were really, really close. And so I'm going to start off with talking about Pat Bev. Pat Bev shot horrible in the first game. He shot horrible in this game. I'm going to bring up the box score really quick. Pat Bev, I'm going to rate a C this game. Maybe a C+, only because of his effort and energy. Pat Bev shot the ball terrible again tonight. From 3, he was 1 for 6 tonight. That's 16.7%. From the field, he was 1 for 7. From the free throw line, he was 2 for 2. Pat Bev had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers. He was a positive 7, +7. The things that Pat Bev did in this game will not show up in this box sheet, will not show up in the box score, and only the real hoopers, I think, will understand what Pat Bev did in this game. And I know people may be upset about his shooting. Oh, he's a starting shooter guard. He's the starting shooter guard. He should be scoring more than, how many points did he have? 5. And he should be knocking down way more shots. Listen, that will come. Pat Bev did everything outside of the lines to help win this ball game. Not only was he coaching our players, he was giving our players confidence. He was showing our players what setting an example means. I don't have to tell you how to play defense. I'm going to show you how I play defense, and you follow suit. And that's what I've seen throughout this entire game. Pat Bev actually did a lot of the intangibles that we needed to even stay close in this game. Now, a lot of people could say Russell Westbrook or LeBron James or Lonnie Walker. But the real hoopers know it was Pat Bev that really kept us close, and his energy and his effort was infectious. Him being mic'd up, you could hear the things that he was saying. Coaching AD. AD was all ears. Coaching the younger guys. Saying nudge them. He's giving these guys the knowledge and the go-ahead and the green light to say, listen, stop being soft. That's what he was teaching them. And this is game 2. He was really vocal like this. Imagine how this is going to translate later in the season, later in the playoffs. And I know y'all thinking, whoa, we lost 2 games. Why are you saying the playoffs? Listen, if you don't think what we seen tonight was playoff worthy in game 2 without 3 of our guys, I don't know what y'all were looking at. This game tonight showed me exactly what I wanted to see. It showed me a difference between game 1 and game 2. But even more over that, it showed me a difference from the previous season to this season. A lot of things last year went wrong. You could blame coaching. You could blame Russell Westbrook's play. You could blame the ages of the collective players that we had. You could blame the 9,000 different starting rotations that we had all last season. And you could do what I do and blame whoever thought that it was a good idea to change the name from Staples Center to Crypto.com Arena in the middle of the season. It was just bad juju. This game showed me that win, lose, or draw, we're going to compete. Whether we're down 20, whether we're down 15, whether we're down 5, we are going to compete. A lot of last year, a lot of our losses to these teams that were nowhere near over 500 and were the bottom of the stack in each coast, on the East Coast and on the West Coast. Western Conference, Eastern Conference, we lost to the majority of the worst teams, the bottom teams in the NBA. And the reason why is energy and effort and heart. And I've seen all 3 tonight on full display. Energy and effort. And it all started with one Mr. Pat Bev. So if I was going to give anybody my flowers, it would be Pat Bev. The reason why I'm not giving him his flowers is because he shot so terrible from the field.
If you're not guarding the ball, you screen. You got to nudge. That's the only way you can defend the guard to guard. You can't play it straight up. It's impossible. Let him run. Who said you don't have to let him run? Y'all see he calling you. Jump in front of him. Make him slow down a little bit. Y'all just letting him run. Step in front of him like this, like this. My bad, gang. That's all. That's all I need you to do, gang. Everything gonna happen offensively. I need you to be locked in defensively.
But Pat Bev is going to be a game changer for this team. And a lot of educated individuals will know. And never mind the bad shooting night tonight and the bad shooting night on the first night, because shots will fall eventually. But the things that he is teaching this team from the start of the season, and being this vocal and being this adamant about teaching them just the small little things that will stick from game to game. You will see Reeves' defense get better. instead of him just backing down and flailing his arms all over the place. You will see AD's defense get better. And I know what you're thinking. AD's defense is solid. Listen, AD's defense will still get better based on what Pat Bev is telling him, because a lot of things that has been said about AD normally sound just like this. AD is too soft. Pat Bev won't let that happen. Pat Bev is going to teach him those small things that he can do, or that he just maybe forgot. Like, everybody needs a refresher every now and again. And that is Pat Bev throughout this entire season. Let's go to the next one. Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook also shot terrible from the field tonight. Russell Westbrook was 0 for 11 from the field. He was 0 for, it says 0 for 6. I think he was actually 0 for 10 from the three-point line. He only made his free throws tonight, right? Yeah, he only scored 2 points. He was a -6. What Westbrook did tonight was a lot of nothing. To put it plainly, I still don't change my stance from my last podcast, but I love seeing what I seen tonight from Westbrook on the defensive side. A lot of times Russell Westbrook allows his defenders to get by him, or really doesn't help and doesn't play like a team on defense. You can really tell he has a strong connection with Juan Toscano-Anderson, and I love it. He shot the ball terrible tonight. They were giving him threes. I think he was the only one that didn't realize that they were giving you those threes, bro. You weren't just getting open. You were open for a reason. But let's talk about what a lot of his fans will talk about. His defense. Those 2 back-to-back stops on Kawhi. And then another stop a few seconds later. Him locking down Kawhi and his defense for those 3 plays would have allowed us to not only get tied up in the game, but also take the lead had we converted on the offensive side. Russell Westbrook did that for this Lakers team. And although we didn't convert and we didn't score any points on his stops, those stops were incredible. And those stops are what we're going to need from him if he remains on the team later in the season. We need him to challenge every player. He has this mentality to where you're not going to little bruh him. You're not going to little bro him at all. At all. So if he just carries this type of attitude towards anybody he guards, which I don't think will be the case, but if he did, it would be a sight to see. And Russell Westbrook can really change his narrative and what people say about him as long as he brings that energy and effort on the defensive side. He doesn't need to score points. If he can be a dog like that on the best players on the other team, listen, that whole narrative about him being traded or about him shooting the ball will change. Anybody that knows and seen Russell Westbrook play, he's never been a knockdown shooter. He's never been a three-point shooter. He's never been a jump shooter. Russell Westbrook has made his name on attacking the basket better than anybody, any guard I've seen in a very long time. With energy and with just power and pure strength and determination and pure athleticism. The only one that I think does it better would be LeBron James. So if he's not doing that, then yes, he's going to go 0 for. He's going to go 2 for throughout these games. He can't allow the other teams to dictate how he plays. And that's what someone close to him needs to tell him. Let's go to LeBron James. LeBron James scored 20 points tonight. He was 7 for 17 from the field. That's 41.2%. And it shows he was 2 for 8 from three-point line. That's 25%. He shot terrible as well. I don't know what it is about these guys and why we can't get a rhythm. But they were all off. As a team, we were 9 for 45 from three-point. We shot 45 three-pointers in this game and only made 9. The Clippers were 9 for 29. We shot 16 more threes than a team that can shoot threes. And we lost by 6 points. And we had plenty opportunities to get into the lead and win this game. To a team that everybody is praising as the finals team, as a team that can beat the Warriors, as the deepest team, as the best team, the most talented team. We lost by 6 points. And I know what they're going to say. Well, Kawhi didn't play the entire game. And he didn't. He won't. We were without 3 of our players. Dennis Schroeder is going to make a big impact in this game. Troy Brown Jr. will make a big difference in this game. Thomas Bryant, I'm not sure. But he will make a better difference than Dame Jones did in this game. Think about the players that we played tonight. But before I get there, let's talk about somebody else who was very close to getting his flowers tonight. Lonnie Walker IV. Lonnie Walker IV played 36 minutes in this game. He had 26 points. He was our leading scorer tonight. He was 9 for 21 from the field. That's 42.9%. And he was 2 for 9 from 3. That's 22.2%. This is the reason why he didn't get his flowers tonight. He looked incredible. He looked incredible, except for his 3-ball. But that was everybody. He was 6 for 6 from the free throw line. It's 100%. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. And the steals that he had were incredible as well. We needed them. He also did a lot of the intangibles, I thought, when he was on the floor. With his energy and his effort and his relentlessness. I thought, yeah, here's a guy that we're going to need. Here's a guy that's going to help protect LeBron. You know what I mean? Let's go to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis started at center. It seems like this is what we're going to be dealing with. So don't be surprised that Anthony Davis is going to get banged up, bruised up. He's going to fall to the floor. His legs are going to spread like eagle's wings. Pause. He's going to seem like he's hurt. Seems like he's gone for good for an entire season a few times because he's got him playing at center, and this is what we got to deal with. He played 31 minutes. He was 9 for 16 from the field. That's 56.3%. He was our best shooter tonight. He was 2 for 4 from 3. He was our best three-point shooter tonight, other than Matt Ryan. He was 5 for 7 from the free throw line. That's 71.4%. He had 8 rebounds, 1 steal. I thought he had a block, but maybe not. 1 turnover. And he scored 25 points. He was a 5 or a positive 5 tonight. Anthony Davis also looked good. I thought that play that Kawhi did was a bit dirty. It's one thing if you see a guy up in the air and just go up. Kawhi went over and up into Anthony Davis to cause his body to shift the way it did and for him to fall on his back the way he did. It's not Kawhi's fault that he jumped up in the air. And it's funny that I heard the audio of Pat Bev talking to AD saying, hey, if you just raise your arms, it's equivalent to one of us jumping up to block Kawhi. That's all you have to do. And that's exactly the same thing that I was telling my pops about 3 to 4 minutes right before he said that. I was thinking the exact same thing. Bro, you're Anthony Davis. You're 6'11". Your wingspan is, come on, bro. All you got to do is raise your hands, and it's Kawhi Leonard. He's going to make that shot. You don't need to jump. But I thought Anthony Davis looked good. I think he still needs to be a little bit more aggressive. But I think the injury really hampered what he could do offensively and defensively. I know that a lot of us all seen him barely jumping or moving his arms up or anything like that after a hard fall like that, after he already was suffering or laboring through back tightness. That definitely made it worse. So that was our starters, ladies and gentlemen. Pat Bev, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Lonnie Walker. Let's go to our bench. Our bench was also terrible. I want to start off with Kendrick Nunn. I'm really high on Kendrick Nunn. I think Kendrick Nunn should have been the leading scorer and the guy who should have taken us to this victory. And I know why you think. I know you're thinking probably like, why would you say that? It's Kendrick Nunn. He's coming off the bench. Kendrick Nunn last year, if y'all remember, he was the main one that was talking crap to the Clippers, saying that the reason why the Clippers won is because he wasn't playing. Well, bro, you were playing this game, and you were terrible. Kendrick Nunn played 11 minutes. He scored 0 points. He was 0 for 7 from the field. That's 0 for everything. Kendrick Nunn was 0 for 4 from 3. He was 0 for everything tonight. He was just out there getting exercise. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. He was a minus 18. Kendrick Nunn looked terrible. This is the only game that I should see Kendrick Nunn play this bad. We can't have both. We can't have our shooting guard, our starting shooting guard, and our starting point guard go 1 for 18 from the field, 1 for 12 from the 3-point line, and then our bench backup goes 0 for in the same game. We can't have that. Let's go to Austin Reeves, our backup shooting guard. He played 21 minutes. He was 1 for 2 from the field, that's 50%, and he was 0 for 1 from 3, 0%. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Austin Reeves has to do something. He scored 4 points. Austin Reeves, we know what Austin Reeves can do, right? Laker Nation, we know what he can do. Why is he not doing it? Yeah, we got more guys that's going to be on the ball, but bro, you have to remember that you are there for a reason. They let you stay for a reason, bro, because they seen something in you. But that will quickly change if you don't start to see it in yourself. He has to see it in himself. And I don't think he has yet. I think the new talent, the new lineup, the new system, he doesn't feel comfortable yet or in a place, and you have to find your place. Darvin Ham is giving you these minutes for a reason. Use them. Let's go to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan played the first game, played the second game. The only reason why Matt Ryan was kept is because of that preseason game that he had that he shot incredible. And we have yet to see that duplicated. Matt Ryan came in tonight, played 12 minutes against one of the hardest teams in the West and the defending champs in the first game. He played some minutes. Matt Ryan, bro, if you're going to get these minutes, use them. He played 12 minutes. He was 2 for 4 from the field. That's 50%. He was 1 for 2 from 3. That's 50%. Bro, we know you can shoot the ball. As soon as he made his first jumper, I knew after that he was going to start knocking down some shots. And he made a 1-3 after that. That was just like he caught it and just shot it. It didn't even seem like he thought about where he was on the court, who was in front of him, who was beside him. He didn't care. He knew it was going in. And sure enough, he drained that bitch. Matt Ryan is another one. Bro, you're out there for a reason. You're getting 12 minutes on a star-studded team on one of the biggest franchises in all of sports. Use those minutes, bro. Now let's talk about Juan Toscano-Anderson. Based on preseason and based on the first game, I would say I don't know why he was picked up. He hasn't shown me anything on offense. He hasn't shown me anything on defense. But Juan Toscano-Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, showed me his value tonight. Juan Toscano-Anderson played 21 minutes. He was 3 for 7 from the field. That's 42.9%. And he was 1 for 4 from 3. That's 25%. Juan Toscano-Anderson had 4 rebounds. He had 3 assists. He had 1 steal. Should have been more than 1 steal, actually. And he had 8 points. He was a -2. But Juan Toscano-Anderson was another one that just did the intangibles. If you were watching the game, you could understand why he was out there. I thought he did a terrific job guarding the team's best players in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And he was active. His energy was so high. His effort was so high. We got a lot of stops in this game. Very few turnovers, which is a great shot in the right direction from the last game. I think we had over 20. Tonight we only had 7 or something like that. 9. We had 9 tonight. The energy and effort displayed on the court tonight, I thought was very similar to what Pat Bev brought to this team. And as long as we can have AD, Pat Bev, and Juan Toscano playing defense like that, the sky's the limit. We just need somebody to knock down shots now. And so a lot of last year, what I would say was often said as I was wrong or I was looking at the wrong thing. Not personally, just last year I also said that our offense would go stagnant a lot throughout the game. It wasn't our defense that we needed more offensive power. We needed more of an offensive presence. And everybody said our offense would be fine, our offense would be fine, our offense would be fine. And every game our offense was less than fine. It was abysmal. The only person that really got off was LeBron James last year on offense. And Malik Monk, sometimes Carmelo Anthony. But it was so wish-washy throughout the entire season that at times the offense would absolutely come from nowhere. And I hope that that's not repeated this year, because the same thing seems to happen. We focus on defense, but we can't get offense. We settle for threes because we don't want to charge, get to the paint, or draw fouls. I don't know what it is. It's just like we bail the team out because we want to just shoot a 3 like we can make them. We shot 45 threes and only made 9. What in the entire fuck? Were they thinking tonight? 45 threes? That's a recipe for disaster. to shoot that many threes and that many players be off and still that many players continue to shoot. We were 9 for 45. We had 3 players that only make 2 threes. Lonnie Walker, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. And still, they combine 6 of 21. Pat Bev was 1 for 6. Russell Westbrook, our starter, it says 0 for 6, but I think he was 0 for 10. I don't know if that is correct. I think he shot more than 6 threes. He shot a lot of threes. No, maybe it was 6 threes. And he was 0 for 11 from the field. Terrible shooting. But we were right there. We only lost by 6 points. Now, will the Clippers get better throughout the season because this was their season opener? Yeah, they will. But were we missing 3 of our players that's going to score and is going to help take on some of the load on the defensive side and on the offensive side? Yeah. Lakers in 7. I thought this game really showed me a lot. I watched the post-game interview of Darvin Ham, AD, and Russell Westbrook. And I turned and looked at my pops and said, Pops, I don't know why I still watch Westbrook post-game interviews, because you never gain any insight to him as a person or to him into what he's thinking or what any kind of leadership or any kind of accountability. It's just very sad to watch. AD always is insightful. He says pretty much everything that kind of mirrors what the coach is going to say. I love how AD is speaking freely about what needs to be done and what needs to happen. He can see it. We all see it. And the fact that he knows that and can speak to it and not be afraid to say exactly what everybody else is thinking. I really love that. And I haven't watched LeBron James yet. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting off the season 0 for 2. But we have played the 2 hardest teams in the West. And we still had very many opportunities to win these ball games. I see a lot of positive in that. Last season, we would have gotten blown out. They probably would have never even put Kawhi Leonard into the game. But I thought we looked good in both games. I thought there's a lot to learn, a lot to grow from, but a lot that I seen that was different from last year, which basically was the energy and effort and the willingness to compete. We're going to lose games, but compete. We're going to fall down. We're going to get back. They're going to go on runs. But fight, compete, get back in the game, make it a game. And they did that multiple times. And then we had multiple opportunities to win. We just didn't pull it off because everybody and their mama was off tonight. Now let's go into the post-game shits.
Shooting again tonight. I mean, we made some tonight, but once again, got great looks. I mean, our competitive spirit was there. You know, I mean, we got the team to 101. Did a good job on all their guys defensively. Just gotta do a better job just making shots.
LeBron, AD was talking earlier about the defensive progress he saw from opening night to tonight, especially in those stretches in the second and fourth quarter. What did you see defensively, other than maybe just competing more?
No, I mean, you got to be tactical about it, too. I mean, you got to go out and compete, but you got to be tactical and know what you're doing. Keying in on players' pros and cons and what they want to do, what they would love to do, the way they exploit defenses. So I thought we were very, locked in on what the game plan was. And it resulted in us getting some stops, getting some run-outs, getting back into the game, especially after that first quarter.
Well, obviously you guys kept the game for most of the entire night. It was a couple possession game with a couple minutes to go. That said, Clippers with that collection of talent, and they're able to build a double-digit lead and then bring Kawhi, two-time Finals MVP, off the bench. Is that a team that you view as a team to watch out for as you want to climb the Western Conference standings this season?
For us, we don't have an opportunity or even should be thinking about anybody else right now. We have to develop us. We're a new team that's been put together. Obviously, over the offseason, we have some returning guys, but, a lot of new pieces in, and a brand new coaching staff as well. So, we want to work, our habits and work with what do we want to become as a team. We are not in a position or fortunate enough to be able to, worry about other teams right now.
No, because he keep telling me to shoot. I missed a few shots. I appreciate that.
On the set, for real.
Defensively, you're in there late in the game, and you get a stop on Kawhi. And have you found ways, even if you aren't shooting well, like that was obvious tonight, you did shoot well, to impact winning? And is that what you're hoping to accomplish with this group?
It's like I've always done. I'll continue doing that.
Thanks, Russ.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time, and y'all have been a beautiful crowd, and I have been a beautiful host. Y'all know my name is Derek James, and this Film Room Podcast is here to stay. Hey, listen. In the first podcast, I talked about having patience this season. And tonight's game really made me hopeful that we wouldn't have to be so patient. There's a lot of good things that we did in this ball game, and I hope y'all seen them. My name is Derek James, and I'm out this bit.